host of Shaping Success, Wes Tankersley.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Shaping Success. I'm your host, Wes Tankersley. Today, wanted to go ahead and do this last episode of the year. I have 4 interviews in the books that will be dropping the second week of January. That's when those are going to start. And then we are going to change some things up. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. I just want to let you know there's been a lot of regrouping, rethinking, going through, trying to bring you the best quality product. And I think that I know that we are going to change some things up. I've been doing this for 3 years now, and we're going into year 4. This is, this may be, we're pretty close to episode 200. And the thing is that over time, you kind of watch the lulls of these things and the shift to YouTube and the podcast in general, like we talk about, the podcast is the audio portion of this whole situation. And this is, we're trying to do video, trying to move more towards YouTube, trying to rebrand, regroup, not even rebrand, make a lateral move in the brand, in the process to make it better, to bring you more. And that's the way things go. Things change, things get different over time. They begin to take shape or form. And when things don't tend to work, you kind of have to make a shift, right? And it's not that it's not working. It's that I want to be able to help more people, reach more people. And I think we have to make a shift in the way that works to give you better quality content that you would like to get more of a message out of. The thing is that this show was created to give you a tool to realize that you define what your success is. You decide what it is. You make that choice. You're the person who creates that for yourself. And in order to make that better for you, I want to give you a little bit better content. I want to give you more pointed instructions on the way that I do things, on the reflection that I do things. That I think is really important. And a lot of times we don't reflect on what we're doing. We just accept what it is, and that's it. Someone talked to me about being an overthinker. Jay and I talk about this all the time because we both kind of overthink a lot of things, and to the point where you can overthink something and just stop doing it or not do it at all because you're afraid of the outcome. You don't think it'll be right. You don't think it'll happen right. It won't be the way that you want it to be. And you just sit there and you just overthink it to the point where you don't do it. I've always been on the other side of that, create, see what works, right? That's been the way that it has been. So no direction, no parameter, just continue to just keep putting it out there in hopes that at some point it's going to take off like a fire, right? And so it hasn't quite happened yet. So what we're doing is we're throwing more stuff at the wall. But I think that you're going to see it's a more structured, more apparent, more defined path that we're working towards and building on and making more quality over quantity. There'll still be quantity. I'm still going to be doing the quantity things that I do, but it'll be just a little bit better quality. But with that comes time, right? Like it takes time. Like I am in this makeshift studio like we talked about last week. It's like these are the things that I have to work for until I can get into my own dedicated space directly for the podcast. There are some great people that I'm working with to try and help define that more and have more direction. And that's really what it's about. So as you go and you look through the episodes that you saw this year, there has been some really great ones. We're ending the year with downloads. It's not really, the year's not over, but like the overall download stats on the podcast, 38.3K. Pretty good. Over 1,000 downloads in the last 90 days, which is great. And the fact of the matter is that it needs to be higher, right? We're doing this. If you know me, you know that I'd never accept where I'm at. Like I got where I'm at because I've done the work, but never being complacent and always trying to do more, always trying to add to it, always trying to bring you better content. And that's why the shift to YouTube, right? We finally hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which means that it can be monetized, which means that it's going to get to more people. That is very important. I'm also going through and re-editing videos and adding context to them and adding more description and trying to make it better, hit it SEO so that it gets out there more. And that's a whole part of the process as well. So whatever I do, it always has to do with being better. And I go through these reflection periods, like I had one last week, and started thinking about what can I do differently? What can I add? What can I change? How can I, round it off? I think about like when I was teaching PE, I didn't like teaching the young kids because they didn't have the gross motor skills to do the things that they needed to do, but I liked perfecting the fine motor skills. So the things that, they can get, they've got it figured out. Gross means on a whole, fine means, it's kind of like you think about like the net is what the fine motor skill is. Like at the end of the day, how well can they write? How well can they kick the ball? How well can they swing a bat? Perfecting it, not the basic stuff. And I think of that today, like when I'm watching my son walk, it's like trying to get him to just do it and then perfecting it later. And when you have young kids, you see that like at some point, they're going to get better and better at it because they do it more. And that is where things are at. We're trying to perfect it. We're trying to round off those square, sharp edges and make it so that it is a smooth, flowing machine. So I look forward to doing more solo stuff. I look forward to bringing you more tools to succeed and to build off what you are and to break those blocks to let you know that you can be better. And I'm trying to be better. And I feel like that helps. If I'm living it, you're seeing it, and I'm practicing what I preach. And so that's it. That's all there is to it. I appreciate everyone hanging out this year and all the support that I've gotten and all the great relationships that I've built this year. And it is very exciting to know what's going to happen in the future and to be working on that and to be constantly trying to make things better for you and for me. If you're watching this, you are a success warrior.